Okay, till then we'll discuss whatever the questions we are given on that day in the homework assignment section. And most of you were having a doubt regarding one question, that is minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 multiplied how many times? 2m times, where m is an natural number. How many of you are having doubt in that question? Please type in the comment section. In the assignment section, I have given a question, minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1, that is multiplied 2m times, and where m is a natural number. Just I wanted to know how many of you are having doubt in that question, so that within another 2 minutes before starting my class, we'll discuss that question, and we'll move on to our content. Okay. So I'll be explaining that question. The question was minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. How many times they are multiplying? 2m times, where m is a natural number. This was our question. Now in this question, first you need to check how many times they are multiplying minus 1. Now let us take this minus 1. If you are multiplying minus 1, you will be getting minus 1. If you multiply it minus 1 2 times, you will be getting plus 1. Similarly, if you multiply 3 times, you will be getting minus 1. 4 times, you will be getting plus 1. Now, by looking at this pattern, if you are multiplying odd number of times, you are getting minus 1. If you multiply 1 time, you will get minus 1, 3 times, 5 times, 7 times. That means when you are multiplying odd number of time, you are getting minus 1. Same way, if you are multiplying even number of time, you will be getting plus 1. Somebody has on the mic. Please switch it off. Okay, thank you. So when you are multiplying odd number of times, you are getting minus 1, and when you are multiplying even number of times, you are getting plus 1. Now here we need to check is how many times you are multiplying that minus 1. So they are given, they are multiplying that minus 1 2m number of time, and where m is a natural number. Right? 2m is how many times, that you need to find. So the equation was 2m. Now put some values for m, like natural numbers. 1 will take, you will get 2 times. Suppose if you want to put another number, you can write there 2 into 2, you will get 4 times. In all the cases, we are multiplying 2m number of times. That is meaning all the times you are getting a even numbers. And already we know that when you are multiplying minus 1 even number of times, what is our answer? Our answer will be plus 1. Okay, so this was our answer for the question which I have given in the assignment section. So when you are multiplying minus 1 even number of times, and how we will come to know that it is a even number of time, because they are given 2m times, and where m is a natural number. So from there we will get that we are multiplying this minus 1 even number of times, and when you are multiplying minus 1 even number of times, so you are getting plus 1 as the answer. Thank you. Okay sir, माइक ऑफ कर दिया. इधर पंप समझ में आता है ना? ठीक है. ओके. ठीक है. ओके. Okay, how many of you understood this question? Please write in the comment section. If anybody has any doubt, please they can write it in the comment section. Okay, thank you. And regarding to the same question, we are having another type of question. Suppose if you are multiplying -1 into -1 into -1, how many times? 2m plus 1 times, and where m is a natural number. Then what will be our answer? Okay, now the question, what is the question? If you are multiplying -1, -1, -1, how many times? 2m plus 1 times, where m is a natural number. Then what will be our answer? And most of you are writing correct answer, it will be -1. Because how many times we are multiplying here? 2m plus 1 time, and the value of m is natural number. Natural number means you put any natural number for the given equation, that is 2 into 1 plus 1, nothing but 3 times. Suppose if you put any number 5, 2 into 5 plus 1, you will get 11 times. In all the cases, here we can see that we are multiplying how many times? Odd number of time. And when you multiply -1 odd number of time, always will be getting -1. So this was our assignment questions. Now let's move on to our chapter. In the previous class, okay, in the previous class, somebody has on the mic, please switch it off. Okay, thank you. In the previous class, we have studied about addition of integers, subtraction of integers, and some of the properties of addition and subtraction of integers. And only that last property was left out, and that I have given it as an assignment. Can you please recall what is that property, the last property which is left out? Please type in the comment section what was the last property which is left out in the last class. And all these properties whatever we are discussed in the previous class, already we are done in the 6th class. Distributive property will come in multiplication. Okay, associative property of integers under subtraction. So this property we'll discuss today, and we'll move on to the remaining properties of multiplication and division. So associative property of integers under subtraction. So now already we know that for associative property, how many numbers we have to take? We have to take 3 numbers. So we'll take 3 numbers. Let A, B and C be any 3 integers. So already we know that for associative properties, always we have to take 3 numbers. So for that I have taken any 3 integers A, B and C. So now according to associative property, A minus B minus C. So here in the LHS, first we have to subtract first 2 integers. It should be equal to A minus B minus C. So now let's put some values for A, B and C, and we will check whether we are getting LHS and RHS same or not. Okay. So let us try with some values for A and B. A, B, C. A is equal to 5. 5 is an integer. B is equal to -3. That is also an integer. And C is equal to 1. So now all of you check whether your LHS and RHS, left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equations are equal or not by putting these values. Please all of you solve this. A minus B minus C, is it equal to A minus B minus C? And tell me what answers you are getting in the LHS left hand side and right hand side of the equations. Please do that fast. Okay, some of you have commented 7 and 1, and some of you have commented 9 is equal to 9. Okay, just I'm waiting for your answers. Please comment how much you are getting on left hand side and what answer you are getting on the right hand side. And okay, let's see what answers we'll be getting when you are substituting these values. A is equal to 5, B is equal to minus 3, and C is equal to 1 in the equation. Now, A is 5 minus minus 3 minus 1. The value of A is 5 minus the value of B is minus 3 minus the value of C is 1 is equal to 5 minus minus 3 minus 1. So now we'll solve and we'll check whether they are equal or not. So 5 minus of minus, it will become plus 3 minus 1 is equal to 5 minus minus 3 minus 1, it will be minus 4. So now 5 plus 3 you will get 8, 8 minus 1 you will get 7 is equal to 5 minus of minus. So 5 minus of minus is nothing but plus. Okay, so 5 plus 4. 5 plus 4, how much it will be? It will be 9. So on left hand side of the equation, we are getting 7, and on the right hand side of the equation, we are getting 9. So are they equal? Obviously, they are not equal. So whenever they are not equal, that means this property, what is that property? Associative property of integers under subtraction, it is not holding good. That means it is not true for this for integers under subtraction. So therefore, integers are not associative under subtraction. So all of you go through this property once again. I will give 1 minute. If anybody has any doubt, they can comment in the comment section. Please all of you go through this property once again. Associative property of integers under subtraction. Please comment in the comment section. If anybody has any doubts regarding this property, they can comment in the comment section. Okay, the same property we'll be checking is some more examples, and most of you are asking for some more examples. Now I'll be giving the same property with different values. Please try to do it on your own and tell me what answers you will get on the left hand side and on the right hand side of the equation. So our property was A minus B minus C is equal to A minus B minus C. Now all of you check this for the given values. A is equal to minus 3, B is equal to 8, and C is equal to minus 5. So all of you put these values in the given equation, that is you have to check for associative property, and tell me what answers you will get on left hand side of the equation and on the right hand side of the equation. Okay, till then please others do this one and tell me what answers you will get on the left hand side and on the right hand side. And till then, most of you are asking, please explain this property once again. I'll be explaining this. So associative property of integers under subtraction. This property will be checking for three integers or three numbers. So according to this property, a minus b minus c, here what we have to do, first we have put bracket for first two integers, that is a and b. That means we have to subtract a and b first, then you have to subtract c from the answer in the left hand side here, and in the right hand side b and c we have to subtract, and whatever the answer is there, that has to be subtracted from a here on the right hand side. So now for that we have taken some example, and we have checked whether our LHS and RHS are becoming same or not, are they equal or not. So we have solved by putting some values for ABC, and we got 7 and 9. So when you have seen 7 and 9, obviously they are not equal. If they are not equal, that means integers are not associative under subtraction. So now I have given one question for the same. Please do it, and most of your written answers we'll check one by one. So we'll take some time for solving that one. Please take some time within 2 minutes. Please solve it and write your answers in the comment section. Okay. So now we'll solve this property. We'll check. We'll check whether they are equal or not. Put the values for ABC in the given equation. A they are given -3 minus 8 because the value of B is 8. Put the bracket because A and B we have to subtract first, minus the value of C is -5. Is it equal to -3 minus 8 minus -5? So first you need to simplify the answer numbers which are inside the bracket. So now -3 -8 both are negative numbers. Already we know when the integers has same sign, we have to add them and you have to put the same sign. So -3 -8, it will be -11. Minus of minus, it will become +5. So -3 -8, it has become -11, and minus of minus, it has become +5, is equal to -3 minus 8 minus -5. Minus of minus, it will become +5. So +5 is nothing but 8 plus 5, you will get 13. So now -11 plus 5. -11 plus 5, it will be -6, is equal to -3 -13. Both are negative numbers. We have to add and we have to put the same sign. It will be -16. Now on the left hand side of the equation, we are getting 6, and on the right hand side of the equation, we are getting -16. So are they equal? Obviously, they are not equal. So if they are not equal, that means integers are not associative under subtraction. So now just we will recall all the properties whatever we have studied in the previous classes and this class. So first we are checked for addition. So under addition, what and all properties we are discussed? We are checked closure property. Obviously integers are closed under addition. Next we are checked commutative property. Integers are commutative under addition. Next we are checked associative property. Integers are associative under addition. So these are all we are checked for addition, and also we are checked for subtraction. In subtraction, which properties we are checked? We have checked closure property. And according to closure property, what you have to do? We have to take any two numbers and we have to subtract that numbers, and whatever the answers we are getting, that answers we need to check whether it is belong to integers or not. So whatever the numbers may be, but on subtracting, always you are getting an integer. Sharon, Sham Vani, please switch off your mic. Sham Vani, please turn off your mic. Okay. So now in the closure property, just now I told we have to subtract any two integers and we have to check our answers are belong to integers or not. So obviously you subtract any two integers, always you are going to get an integer. So that's why integers are closed under subtraction. Next, we have to check for commutative property. When you are checking for commutative property, and LHS and RHS are different. On the left hand side of the equation, you are getting different answer, and on the right hand side of the equation, you are getting different answer. So that's why integers are not commutative under subtraction. And just now we have checked for associative property, and for associative property obviously integers are not associative. So here we have checked associative property for integers under subtraction. Here also we have checked that LHS and RHS we are getting different answer. That's why integers are not associative under subtraction. Okay. So now let's move on to the next concept, that is multiplication. So how many of you are aware of multiplying integers? Please type in the comment section. Okay, most of you already know how to multiply integers. So now we'll discuss the same thing in the class. Multiplication of integers. So now already we know that when you multiply two positive integers, it's like normal multiplication, like 3 into 5. So 3 is also integer and 5 is also integer. But here both the integers are positive, and when both the integers are positive, obviously you have to multiply the numbers and just you have to put the plus sign. So it will be 15. So that means normal multiplication, that already we know. So whenever you multiply any two positive integers, so the answer will be in positive. Same way, if you multiply three, any two negative integers, like minus 3 into minus 5, what will be answer? It will be plus 15. Okay. So when the signs are same, on multiplying, we'll get the positive answers. Okay. When the signs are same, in the first question already you have seen both are positive sign. So on multiplying, you will get a positive answer. Same way in the second one, both are negative. Minus 3 is also negative and minus 5 is also negative. On multiplying two negative integers, we are going to get a positive answer. Is it clear to all of you? Okay. Now let's see what will happen when the signs are different. That means one number is positive and another number is negative. Let us take one example. 7 into minus 3. Here 7 is a positive number and minus 3 is a negative integer. So now on multiplying these two, we'll get a negative answer. That means when the signs are same, we'll get a positive answer, and when the signs are different, we'll get a negative answer. So it will be minus 21. So for this, we are having a rule: when you multiply two positive numbers, we'll get answer in positive, and when you multiply two negative integers, we'll get answer in positive. Same way, one positive and another negative, the answer will come in minus. Same way, if first one is negative and the second one is positive, then also you are going to get answer in minus. Does anyone have any doubt regarding this? Please type it in the comment section. So when the signs are same, answer is going to positive. Answer will be going to positive, and when the signs are different, our answer will be in minus. Okay. Now let's take some problems, and we'll do for multiplication of integers. All of you do this one. Please write your answers in the comment section. Okay, most of you are writing the correct answer. 8 into minus 8. So one is positive, another one is negative. Obviously, when the signs are different, one is positive and another one is negative, our answer will be in minus. So it will be minus 64. Take another one, minus 3 into minus 5 into minus 7. Here we are having three negative integers. 3, please check, we are having three negative integers. Okay, first you multiply first two numbers, minus 3 into minus 5. So both are negative, the answer will be going to, answer will come in positive. So minus 3 into minus 5, it will be plus 15 into minus 7. So first what we have done, we have multiplied first two number, and next we are going to multiply with the last number. Now 15 into minus 7, so it will be minus 105, because one is positive number, another one is a negative number or negative integers. So you have to be careful regarding the signs of the numbers. If the signs are not correct, the answer will be wrong. Okay, so we'll take another question. All of you do this one. Okay, most of you are writing correct answers. So minus 2 into minus 8, both are minus, answer will be going to in plus. So it will be plus 16 into 5. So 16 into 5 will be going to get 80. So most of you have written the correct answers. Now, whatever the properties we are checked for addition and subtraction, that will be going to check for multiplication. So what was our first property? Closure property. Yes, most of you have written the correct answers. First, we have to check whether integers are closed under multiplication or not. closure property of integers under multiplication. So now for closure property, already we are done for addition and subtraction. And how we are checked in the addition and subtraction? We have taken we have to take two integers, and what we have to what we have to do with the two integers? We have to multiply the two integers. On multiplying two integers, we'll be getting some answers, and that answers we have to check whether it is an integers or not. Okay, so now according to closure property, we have to take any two integers. Let us take -2 and -3. -2 is also integers and -3 is also integers. On multiplying these two, you are going to get 6. 6, is it an integer? Obviously 6 is an integer. Similarly, we'll take some more example. -3 into 3. So how much? What will be the answer? It will be -9. So -9 is also integers. That means you multiply any two integers. On multiplying any two integers, always we are going to get an integers. That's why integers are closed under multiplication. Therefore, integers are closed under multiplication. Integers we are checked for addition, there also they are closed. We are checked for subtraction, there also they are closed. And for multiplication also integers are closed, because on multiplying any two integers, always we are going to get an integers. Does anyone have any doubt regarding this property? Please comment. Okay, most of you are writing no, sir. Okay, so I think I got two comments that they are having doubt. Will explain. I will explain. I will be explaining once again. So for closure property, what we have to do? We have to take any two integers. It can be any two integers. So in taking any two integers, what we have to do? We have to multiply that integers. On multiplying, we'll be getting some answer. Here we have multiplied -2 and -3, and on multiplying these we got 6. So now we have to check whether our answer is an integers or not. Does it belong to the same group or not? Obviously 6 belong to same group, that is an integers. So that's why integers are closed under multiplication. Now can you guess what is the next property? Okay, the next property is commutative property. And please tell me whether integers are commutative under multiplication or not. Please write the answer in the comment section. Take 1 minute for that and write your answers in the comment section. Okay, bulk. In between, I got a question. What is the what, what this sign is called in English? This sign they are asking. This sign is a flower bracket. Okay, Chandrakant Jadhav is asking that MCQ questions. That MCQ question in the morning session only we are discussed. before starting of the class. So if time permits, I'll be explaining once again at the end of this session. Okay, so let's move on to our property. The property was commutative property. So we have to check whether integers are commutative under addition, multiplication or not. Commutative property of integers under multiplication. So now so already we know that for commutative property, how to check for commutative property. In case of commutative property, we have to take two integers, let us say a and b, and we have to check whether a into b is equal to b into a. So according to commutative property, for any two integers a and b, a into b should be equal to b into a. So we have to check whether a into b is equal to b into a for integers. So now let us put some values for a and b and we'll check whether they are equal or not. So take some values for a and b. A is equal to 5 and b is equal to -5. Put these values. Are they going to become equal? So 5 into -5, is it equal to -5 into 5? So what is the answer? 5 into -5, it will be -25, and -5 into 5, there also we are going to get -25. Obviously your LHS and RHS, left hand side of the equation and right hand side of the equations are equal. So when they are equal, that means integers are commutative under multiplication. So integers are commutative under multiplication. So you can take any values for a and b and you can check. Always your LHS and RHS are going to be equal. So that means integers are always they are obeying commutative property under multiplication. We'll take some more values for a and b and we'll check whether they are equal or not. Like put a is equal to -3 and b is equal to 7. So according to this property, what we have to do? We have to check whether a into b is equal to b into a. So nothing but -3 into 7 is equal to 7 into -3. So what answers you are getting? -3 into 7, you will be getting -21 is equal to 7 into -3. There also will be getting -21. So your LHS and RHS are equal. So that's why integers are commutative under multiplication. After commutative property, what is the next property? Okay, Pratik Chavan has commented. The next property is associative property. So let's check for associative property. In case of associative property, we have to take three integers. So let us take them as A, B, and C. So associative property of integers under multiplication. Okay, for associative property of integers under multiplication, we have to take three integers. Let us take it as a, b, and c. So for any three integers a, b, and c, a into b into c should be equal to a into b into c. So let's check whether they are equal or not. So put some values for a, b, and c. So take a is equal to 5, b is equal to -2, and c is equal to -3. So all of you put these values for a, b, c and check whether your left hand side and right hand side of the equations are equal or not. So the value of a is 5 into -2 into -3 is equal to 5 into -2 into -3. So now we have to simplify first the numbers which are under the bracket. 5 into -2 you will get -10 into -3, and 5 into -2 into -3 you will get 6. So -10 into -3 you will be getting +30, and 5 into 6 you will be getting +30. So on the left hand side also we are getting 30. On the right hand side of the equation also we are getting 30. That means your LHS and RHS are equal. So if they are equal, that means integers are associative under multiplication. Does anyone have any doubt regarding this property? Please check it. Please write your comments in the comment section. Somebody is asking what is this? Their square bracket. Already these brackets and everything you are learnt in fourth and fifth also. They will be coming in this operations chapter. That Bodmas rule, when we have to use Bodmas rules, that time we will be learning that one. And I think it has come in the fourth class and fifth class also. Line bracket, curly bracket, square bracket. Okay, so till now we have checked for closure property, commutative property, and associative property. And next we are having distributive property of multiplication over addition and also over subtraction. So distributive property of integers over addition, and also for subtraction also we have to check. That we'll be doing it later. So first we have to check distributive property of integers over addition. According to this property, what it says, for any three integers a, b, and c, a into b plus c is equal to, what is the answer for this one? A into b plus c according to distributive property. Please write your answers in the comment section. A into b plus c. Okay, Kiran Pawar has written correct answer. So according to this property, A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. So what we are doing in distributive property, A we have to multiply with B also, and A we have to multiply with C also. And why we are telling that over addition? Because we are having plus sign in between the B and C. So let's check whether it is true or not, or whether it is correct or not. Put some values for A, B and C. Take A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10 and C is equal to -3. So all of you check whether your LHS and RHS are same or not. Our equation was A into B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C. The values are A is equal to 5, B is equal to 10 and C is equal to -3. So all of you check what answers you are getting on the LHS and RHS. Okay, so we'll put the values of ABC. The A is 5 into 10 minus 10 plus -3 is equal to 5 into 10 plus 5 into -3. So already we are learned in Bodmas rule, under the bracket whatever it is there, that you have to simplify first. So here we are having this square bracket that we need to simplify first. So 5 into 10 plus -3. 10 plus -3 is nothing but 7, because one is positive number, another one it is a negative number, so you have to subtract. So on subtracting you will get 7 is equal to, here 5 into 10 it will be 50 plus 5 into -3 it will be -15. Now 5 into 7, how much you will get? We will get 35, and 50 plus -15, again we are going to get 35. So your LHS and RHS are equal. So that means this property, that is distributive property, we can use it over in multiplication over addition. Okay, this property will be using in different situation that we'll be discussing later on. Similarly, this property we can use it over subtraction also. If we are using over subtraction, during that time A into B minus C, because here we are checking for subtraction, so that's why you have to use minus sign instead of plus sign. So A into B minus C is equal to A into B minus A into C. A we have to multiply with B, again we have to multiply A with C also. Okay, so the remaining part we'll discuss